everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. Now, first of all, I really have to say a big thank you to the person who requested this video in one of my previous videos, because this happens to be one of those videos that are very close to my heart, because it's all about the soul's journey. It is all about our life purpose, and which is what we're going to be discussing about today. Now, personally, my belief system is like a human being has been created on planet Earth to learn certain lessons. But the ultimate aim is to be close to God, to then find his or her way back to God, back to the source. And that is only possible by having a constant connection with him. Because in the end, it is he who guides us on our way backwards towards him. Yeah, so this is my spiritual belief, okay? Now, having said that, of course, we will look into what your journeys are meant to be like, what you're going to be learning, what it is going to be like, and so much more. I cannot even describe it honestly. But 3 piles once again in front of you. Pick one that is absolutely you feel yours. And especially for this video, you have to stick to one. Yeah, like 2 piles, if you're like used to picking that, try and pick one. Okay, I'll leave you to that and I'll see you with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the messages that you need to receive for your soul's journey, your life purpose, your spiritual journey, whichever way you call it. But the most important lesson for you, pile 1, or the most important thing that you are required to really imbibe within you, is to make sure that you're not really, in the grip of your ego. That respect, self-respect is great, but when it goes into that ego zone, that is when the problem begins. So most importantly, in this lifetime, you have to make sure that you're making every single effort to shatter that ego. And by ego, I'm not talking about the psychological term of the ego. Yeah, the ego that is an impediment in your spiritual path, that is the ego that I'm talking about. Because that has to really be diminished here. Yeah, that vanity part of your personality has to go. That's the most important lesson that you will be learning. And in your life's journey, 3 things are going to be very important to you. One is to live a good life. So creativity may be something that you're naturally inclined to. A love of money, a love of beautiful things may be also a priority for you. And pleasure, like enjoying life, enjoying everything that God intends for you to enjoy, is also a part of your life's purpose. But very likely, because of your ego maybe, or certain external circumstances, these 3 areas will be areas that you suffer in: creativity, money, and pleasure. Yeah, so that's something you need to resolve. So once again, meditating on the Swadhisthana chakra, and probably getting involved with Reiki, that will be great for you. Yeah, but Swadhisthana chakra is where your energy forms revolves the most. So when it comes to the step forward, when it comes to the Kundalini going from root chakra to the highest chakra, it may sometimes get stuck in the Swadhisthana because of your particular inclination. And also, you have to be very careful with regards to your karma, okay? Because you are born, of course, to make sure you resolve those karmas and to eliminate them so that you're free. See, it is only our karma which ties up to the human life. So make sure you have a very close eye on it. Yeah, especially around money. If you're having certain blocks, it also may be because of certain karmas that you've created. So your karmas have to be monitored and focus on doing good towards everybody. You just be like this person who's into service all the time, who's giving all the time. Yeah, even if it is as simple as like $1, or if it is as simple as something that you're not using. Maybe you have clothes lying around that you're not using, give it away. Be of service to somebody, that your karmas will be better. And one important aspect for you is, the reason why you were born is because a particular ancestor intended for you to be born. So maybe, a spirit of an ancestor was stuck on the earthly realm, and maybe you are supposed to be doing something for them in order to free them, in order to give them that forward movement, and for them to move on to the higher dimension. So you have a very strong protection of this ancestor spirit as well, who may also be one of your spiritual guides. So no matter who you are, a devotion to your ancestors, a puja part that we call in Hinduism towards your ancestors, make sure you do it every single time that you're supposed to. In Hindus, we have particular months where we do that. Make sure that it is a constant practice for you. Yeah, but it's like healing an ancestor, healing a wound, healing a pattern related to your ancestors is very much what you're born to do. And most importantly, you guys are going to be like free spirits. Okay, you're probably involved in a lot of things. You're one of those people who are meant to be leaders. You're not meant to be followers. And maybe because of which the little bit of ego and vanity comes into place. So be a guide, be a leader for other people. Do what comes to you naturally. Yeah? You are, like I said, a free spirit, so that is what you're born to be doing. But one thing that you may be prone to doing is overworking. So make sure you have a balanced life and not be dedicated to one thing and one thing only. Dedicate yourself to everything. Yeah. And once again, one of the central parts for you throughout your lifetime is going to be service. See, when you lead other people, you're doing them a service as well, right? Whether this is just guiding them at workplace, guiding kids in their life, being like a friend to others, that's being of service too. Yeah. But once again, let me tell you this, you have to learn like Reiki or some kind of healing. Or maybe, be associated with somebody who can give you that. Because otherwise what will happen, in giving to service to others and in guiding others, you may really create problems for yourself. Or then create additional karmas, which in the first place you're here to resolve. So be of service, help other people, okay? That's going to be a constant on your path. Food donation, excellent, okay? Donation of food is going to be really, really good for you. And remember something, one area in which you're possibly going to be stuck is materialism. So remember this, money is not coming to you as a result of your working hard. It may feel that way because in a material realm, we are just taught that work hard, get money, end of story. But no, everything that comes to you is coming from the divine. So when you serve others, you're opening doors for massive amount of abundance to come into your way. Get involved in service and you will see that you're going to be blessed with material abundance. You don't even have to worry where money comes from because the money will come from sources that you were not even aware are possible for you. Yeah. So it's a divine source that gives you everything you need. If you are the one who needs guidance, it is going to be through a divine source. If you need help, it's going to be coming through a divine source. And especially for your life, if you want to plan anything, and if you're like, oh, is this the right thing? Discuss it with the divine. And you'll get answers through amazing ways. Probably you will find a book that gives you exactly what you need to hear. Or maybe somebody will say something maybe on the radio that will be like, oh, this is what I was hoping for. Or maybe a song. Yeah, that will give you the guidance what you seek. Because it is going to be coming to you from divine sources. From angelic sources is also possible. Yeah. So trust in that divine, have faith in that divine and remember to consider your source as divine source instead of anything physical. Yeah. And remember this, your journey may feel like you are alone sometimes because you're a leader, right? And leaders are usually alone because they are like, the torch bearers. And the torch bearer, the one who carries the light is always the one who's like, in darkness all the time. Because he's the one who's holding the torch. He sees things that others don't. And that is what you are in this lifetime. But remember this, even though you may feel like you're the one carrying the torch, there are people with you. There are angelic beings around you. And also your spiritual blessings from an ancestors are with you all the time. And remember this, your ancestors have been doing what you've been doing. So maybe you are a part of a family who was like very shamanic in nature. Or maybe one ancestor of yours was very, very divine being. And you're just carrying the baton from this person. But you're meant to be a leader and you will help. Sometimes not from human sources but from divine sources is what is coming through for you. And remember this, you are the light that guides the world. You are like this pearl whose radiance is just inbuilt. So even if you are like not having any extra qualities, you may be like was the most normal person in the world, but you're born with this radiance. You were born this way, okay? So that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be different from other people. So if your life doesn't fit in with what other people live like, it is because you're meant to be this way. Your creator created you that way. You are a leader. Our leaders are always different. Thomas Edison, very different, right? What did he create? He created something that the world remembers him for, and that is going to be your life story. You're going to be remembered always for doing something, for giving service. Maybe that's going to be something you're remembered for. So be happy that you're different and not like other people. One thing that is important is, see, you're going to be enjoying money, you're going to be enjoying creativity, you're going to be enjoying pleasure in beautiful things in life. But the most important lesson for you is not to be attached to it. Yeah? Non-attachment. See, you have to be like Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the, Lord of everything, honestly. But he is a yogi. A yogi who just doesn't even wear glamorous clothes, who wears like simple things. So your life is actually meant to be simple, even though you are in the lap of luxury. So in the end, as you mature of age, in fact, you may be people who have everything but who have no attachment to it. But as a young person, because I know so many people of different age groups watch me, you have to constantly make sure that you enjoy things but are not attached to it. Yeah, that may be something that you have to learn, because see, being attached to things is once again being an invitation to ego. Yeah, go with the flow with life, instead of being like, I want to do this, I'm going to be doing this, instead of being resistant, because that resistance may be very inbuilt with you. Remember, you're going to be given the guidance and everything is coming to you from the divine. So do your best, work hard, absolutely. But remember, in the end, you're not the one controlling your life. It is the divine who's bringing you through every stage of your life. And how beautifully guided are you? So go with the flow, okay? Don't resist things is the message for you. And most importantly, have fun. Have fun in life and be happy wherever you are, regardless of your outer circumstances, and that is a challenge. See, because what happens is, especially when things are not going for us or when things are actually going wrong, we feel like, we are the ones who are suffering and suffering and suffering. But in the end, you're born for this. You're born for not having attachment to anything. And the reason why you get these hardships, or you're meant to go through these lessons again and again and again, because this is what you were meant to learn. This is the framework of your life. So the quickly that you become non-attached to things, non-attached to people, and you just choose to be a leader who walks alone, who walks with God and beings of God, you'll be happier. Live a full life, have a family, have a beautiful career, have money, enjoy it. But don't be attached to it. That is what your soul is supposed to be learning on this journey. Not be attached and yet be happy. See, when it comes to Sai Baba, take his example. Look at him, what is he wearing? But he's still smiling. And that's what I'm going to be leaving you with. So reflect on all of these things, because this is what your life is meant to teach you. Yeah? I will leave you here with all of my prayers for a blessed journey for you, my leaders. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the messages that you need to receive for your life's purpose, your soul's journey, your spiritual lessons, all of that. Pile 2, one of the major lessons that you need to learn is how to be happy within yourself, in your skin, and only with yourself, to sing your song just so that it makes you happy. Yeah, that's why you've been given this life. You have to picture yourself like a fish in the ocean. One who's swimming, who's going here and there because it is fun and not because it has to do that. You have to be like that bird, the koel, who sings her song because it is a beautiful song and because she enjoys doing that. Yeah? That's one of the things that you need to learn. Especially you may have to learn how to not be codependent on other people. Yeah? And one of the lessons that is coming to you is through the life of Mata Sita. Mata Sita is like, she is like the ultimate guide if you actually learn the right lessons from her. Throughout her life, she was dedicated to Lord Rama. And Lord Rama is like the ultimate, right? He does the right things. He is the Lord of Dharma. So for you, it is important for you to do the right thing every single time. Even if it means sometimes walking alone and doing things on your own. Yeah? So whatever your life purpose is, okay, it is central to your dharma to do the right thing. And doing it alone sometimes, but doing it beautifully through a lot of dedication. And remember this, you are meant to find your own strength and to address your own weaknesses, both, okay? And I'm so glad you have Bridget because she's like my favorite. She's like this fiery fire goddess. And who's telling you recognize your own power. You don't derive your power from other people, you derive it from God and from within you. Because God and divinity resides within. Where did Mata Sita receive her power? She received her power from her belief in Lord Rama, in her belief in God, and in herself that she can do it. She's like the ultimate female power. And that's what you're supposed to be in this lifetime. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a female. Okay? And along with that, you have Goddess Kali. She is the destroyer of demons. And demons are nothing outside. They're also always within us. Yeah? So your fears, the belief systems that are keeping you in rigidity, the things that are like narrow about you, destroying them is what you're meant to do. So Goddess Kali is actually going to be a part of your life every single time. Anytime you build a belief that is not according to you, it is going to be destroyed for you. But the female goddesses are actually the ones you need to learn your lessons from, because you have to be fierce in this lifetime and yet be gentle like Mata Sita. It's like you have to be a combination of these two things. And in this life, you're going to be dedicated to a cause. And it's going to be like, this is what I'm born to do. You'll know it within yourself. And you'll be filled with passion towards it. It is what will take you out of bed every single morning. But that is where your challenge lies. Because then, you may actually flip the switch and become a workaholic. Or you may so attach to it that you may forget your own being too. And therein lies a challenge. So your challenge is also to bring about a balance in your life. Balance in work and play, balance between, finding a boundary between you and other people, therein lies the challenge. So when it comes to you, seek balance in everything. Because the minute you go overboard, it's like you're moving away from your life purpose. And I think that is what Goddess Kali will help you with. She will help you eliminate the excess from your life. Yeah, that's what she's going to be doing. But it's a middle path for you. Middle path. Mata Sita was a householder with Lord Rama. She had kids, but she was also a goddess in her own right. She was Goddess Lakshmi incarnated on planet. So that's what you need to be. And yes, no wonder. You have to learn to be happy regardless of the circumstances. Your heart chakra is going to be the most important chakra for you, because you have to give a love, you have to give kindness regardless of the circumstances. Yeah? And remember this, being happy is all there is to life. Don't be attached to too many things and just be happy on that journey. Just have to be kind, okay? You just have to be kind. That's important. And remember this, for you, once again, with the heart chakra standing out very, very strongly, all the messages that you're going to be receiving are going to be very, very intuitively received. And in fact, every step of the way, it is almost like you will meet a guide who will guide you to the next stage, who will guide you to the next stage. So once again, as always, you have a spiritual teacher with you. In fact, you don't even just have one spiritual teacher, you have like multiple, at least 3 is what is coming for you. And they'll keep giving you signs that, okay, this is the right direction, this is not the way forward, that's the way that I'm really getting it for you. Yeah, but you're meant to like really, really rise above everything. That's what the message I have for you. And yes, most importantly, you are going to be coming across a lot of people that you have to forgive. See, I always tell you this part too, your major karma is in your relationships. And these are relationships that you've carried from previous lifetimes. So in this life, your purpose is to forgive them. Forgive them, no matter what they do. So that you are free and your heart can vibrate with the essence that it is supposed to be vibrating. See, heart chakra and relationships are always interlinked. So now you know what you need to resolve. The moment you hold a grudge against somebody, the minute you hold fear about somebody, the minute you hold hatred about somebody, it's like you're again going into the zone of karma. So for Goddess Kali, she's here to eliminate things for you. And again, Goddess Kali, you have to be Goddess Kali within you too, is what is coming forth. But forgiveness is very, very important. Let go. Let go of burdens you're carrying. Let go of emotional things that you're carrying. Anything that happens to you, let it go. Either by walking away from it or choosing to resolve those emotions within you. But you have to choose to consciously let go. Because the more you fight with it, the more farther you're going away from your life purpose. Yeah? Truth, dharma, you have to work towards it constantly. So when it comes to anything, whether this is in your human interaction, you have to ask yourself, is this the right thing to do? Yeah? Is this the truth? Is this taking me towards the truth, or is this deviating me away from the truth? So dharma, doing the duty right, is what your highest path is for you. And yes, of course, through all of this, what is going to be important and challenging is to have like a mental balance. So meditation on your heart chakra will be very, very important. Meditation of forgiveness is going to be very important. Meditation of release is going to be very important. But meditation, regardless of the form, is going to be very, very important for you. See, because when it comes to balance, okay, because you're going to be very passionate when it comes to people, you're going to be very passionate about of life, then balance, how will you get that? That is only possible through reflection. That is only possible through meditation. And it is possible only through slowing down. Remember this. Mata Sita, she lived in the jungle for a majority of her life, even though she was born like a princess. So that is meant to be for you. Like, even if you may have a lot of money, even if you may have a lot, your dedication to things are actually going to be making your life simple. So don't be too attached to money. Don't be attached to too many things. Be attached to the truth. Live a simple life, meditate, and let go. That's your path. And breathe. Yeah? Once again, breathe, meditate, take it easy. See, for you, Rajas is all about being very fiercely attached. And look at the color. Look at the color. It's like red. It's fury. Look at Goddess Bridget. She's fury. Kali, she's fury. But you have to be like Mata Sita. Calm, composed, in order to reach the ultimate truth. Yeah? In order to reach Lord Rama, which is truth. Yeah? So in spite of all of those fierceness, in spite of being so dedicated to the world, inwardly, you have to be like her. You have to be calm, you have to be composed, and you have to be mostly in control of yourself. It's a very difficult path, I have to say. But it is difficult because you've chosen it for yourself. Remember, this life, you've chosen it in consensus with your higher self. Because you were meant to learn all of these lessons. And you're meant as a server to humanity. Healing professions, once again, I always see your healers. And what are healers meant for? Healers are meant to make other people feel better. Doctors, psychiatrists, Reiki practitioners of all kinds, you're healers. And you guys have the most busiest lives. And for that, breathing is important. Pranayama is important. Meditation is important. Yeah, without that, having a consistency in a healing practice, you'll just be, a little bit wrapped up. So no matter who is watching this video today, learn Reiki. Yeah, learn Reiki. That is the way forward for you. So you can just resolve yourself, resolve your emotions, and be better at it. So that in the end, you can be like Mata Sita, who's very dedicated to her ultimate truth and dharma. I'll leave you here with nothing but my best wishes and lot of prayers for this beautiful life that you've chosen for yourself. A life of service, a life of dedication, a life of healing. I will leave you here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, these are the messages that you need to receive regarding your life purpose, your spiritual lessons, and so much more. The biggest lesson that you're meant to learn is slowing down. to have a slow life, to breathe, and to take it easy. Because the path of, that rat race is never meant to be yours. You're meant to live a full life, pile 3. And you will find things organically which will take you towards that life. So honestly, let me tell you this, you won't even have to struggle to reach where you're supposed to reach. Because you're going to be getting that divine help. Remember something, live a simple life. Minimalist life if possible, close to nature if possible, but a slow life. Yeah, don't compete with anybody because that's not your path in life. You're just meant to be in your own skin. Be a person who's accepting of themselves and who's happy. That's your path. Let's see what other messages we are getting. See, I've always said this and I will continue to say this. This is your last lifetime. Yeah. So, dhyana, connecting to the higher source through meditation is very important. With this specific dhyana mudra, because that is taking you towards the ultimate reality. Like, have your, hands like that. The right has to be on top of the left and your thumbs have to be connected. And sit this way in meditation. So all of the answers that you're supposed to be receiving, you will receive it via your own intuition. But that connection is very important, okay? And remember this, why the connection is important is because whatever you're going to be learning spiritually, you're going to be learning it through meditation. You may get some knowledge through books, but majorly, whatever you're going to be learning, is going to be through meditation. But higher learning is absolutely meant to be yours. Because after this lifetime, okay, once you've learned everything, you're done with life, you are meant to be like a guide to other people. An ascended master yourself, I won't be surprised. So that's your job. And for which you have to be really, really connected with the higher source. Pranayama, absolutely. So, especially for those of my friends who have like a difficulty in meditation. See, I absolutely had a lot of difficulty when I started meditating. So, I started meditating on my breath first. And then, as things got easier, it will just be like, it's just a normal thing that I'm doing. But at the very beginning, pranayama is going to be very, very important for you. Focus on your breathing every single day and make sure you're breathing deeply, okay? Yeah. Because it's almost like a way to recharge yourself. Because you're like such an advanced spiritual being. So even though meditation may seem difficult for you in the beginning, at least pranayama should be a practice for you. Yeah, but that's something that should continue forever. And see, most important for you in this lifetime, wherever you are, whatever your age is, it has to be taking care of your body. Because it is only a healthy body which is then able to meditate and reach the highest force beautifully. Otherwise, what will happen, when you sit in meditation, you'll just like feel fatigue after a particular point, or you'll just feel like, oh, I'm tired. I'm not able to sit still. Yeah. So make sure you're giving your body healthy food. If you can eliminate meat from your diet, that will be excellent. Yeah. Especially vegan diet for you. If you can do it, of course, that will be great. But a sattvic diet is meant to be yours. Especially as you reach 30 and above, okay? Move towards this kind of lifestyle because it is in the end going to support you. It's going to support you all the more as you age. Yeah, that's important for you. To maintain a healthy body, a robust body, always. Yeah? Spend time in nature. That will really help you. Because that breathing is very important for you. And see, your life purpose is very simple. Your life purpose is to ensure that you learn all of the lessons, that you connect with the divinity and you free yourself. So forgive anybody that you have to forgive, let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore and live a simple life. Living a life of a yogi, a modern yogi, is meant to be yours because that is your life purpose. I won't be surprised if later in life, you just become so spiritual that you end up giving discourses on your own. And you don't have to be one of those yogis who sit on a porch and give discourses. Just your friends, just your family. As guides, maybe to younger children, as mentors, that may be something you do. And you'll actually be very good at it. Yeah, you'll actually be very good at it. Because it's like there is something in you, a divinity in you that kids connect with. Your kids, foster kids, kids who do not belong to you at all. But that's something I see for you. And remember this. You have to know that eventually you're flowing and becoming one with the divine. So when you know you're becoming one with the divine, what will you carry with you? You'll absolutely want you to be the most purified self, right? Which is why simple life. No resentments, forgiving everybody, and just being one with God. Flowing in everything. See, the most intense desire that you should be having in this lifetime is connecting with the divine. Reaching that stage. Yeah? See, of course, it's not going to happen when you're 10, but the process may start when you're 10. Yeah? Because personally, I know for me, it started when I was like 12 years old. Something may happen in your life that will actually take you towards that path organically. So that may be actually a path for you, especially for my younger audience. But flow, okay, flow. Don't stay in one zone for too long, just flow. Go where life takes you. That's your way. You know, like a gypsy, that's the way forward. And study. See, as I mentioned for you, you may learn a lot from books, but in the end, you learn from the higher source. But you're supposed to be learning. So, especially when you're of a younger age, try learning from ancient books. Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Holy Quran, the Torah, philosophies. Whatever philosophies you belong to according to your own culture, that is where you will get the wisdom. Because in the end, true wisdom lies with our ancestors, in what they have discovered, because they discovered God very easily. They were not so much in the material realm, they were not really so much close to Kali Yuga than we are. Which is why our job is a little bit tougher. So rely on that ancient wisdom to get the knowledge that you seek. And most importantly, accept yourself. Accept all parts of you, no matter what has been your story. Sometimes we go through difficulties in life and that makes us feel like, oh, why did I have to go through this? We all have those stories, In the end, we are all walking each other home. We all have our lessons to learn. We are all suffering in one way or the other. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't accept that hurt part of you. Accept all, and in accepting, learn to let go of that which is not yours. That was just meant as a lesson. And reflect every single day. When you wake up in the morning, make sure you're writing in a journal, okay? Just your reflections. Look out, make a cup of tea, go outside, sit in your balcony, or if you have a garden, sit there and take a journal with you and write down whatever thoughts you have. They will actually, be like a source of wisdom for you. Because especially in the morning hours, if you can wake up at 5 o'clock, it'll be miraculous, let me tell you this. Because the kind of messages you get that time, it's amazing. But reflection is important on everything. And love your true self. Accept your true self. Love yourself, no matter what. See, in this life, we are all going to be making mistakes. At some point of time in our lives, we are all going to be hurting other people. But most importantly, ask for forgiveness from that highest power. Ask for forgiveness every single day. For forgiveness for things that you did not even know that you've done wrong. Ask for forgiveness. So that, when you ask for forgiveness, you can always assume that God forgives, because God is very, very kind. And God is very forgiving all the time. And once that is done, you won't suffer from low self-worth that, I am this biggest sinner that we all do sometimes. And then you can truly learn how to love yourself, that pure self. Yeah, that's your job in this lifetime. And awareness of what is happening around you, awareness of your true self, and being aware of the beautiful miracles that God has placed all around you. Look at the trees, look at the animals, look at the birds, look at the mountains, look at the sky. They are all miracles because they are all doing their own thing. And nobody is governing them. They don't have a government. They just have the government of divinity. That is marvel. So when you're trying to find God in nature. Find God in everything that's beautiful. Find God in kids, because kids are still very, very connected to divinity. And you learn the greatest lessons from them. So, learn from kids. Yeah? So you have to be aware of the beauty around you. The beauty of children, the beauty of nature, the beauty of the amazing being that even you are, because God created you. And which is why you have to cherish yourself. Awareness is very important. And for awareness, reflection is important. So that in the end, you end up being one with the divinity, which is our ultimate aim in life. Your path is actually very simple if you choose to simplify your life. That's the path for you. Yeah? So you have green. Make sure you have that green thumb for you. Close to Mother Nature, close to environment. That's what you're supposed to be. I'll leave you here with nothing but my best blessings for you, pile 3. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.